Hey, get in here. Dallas is about to start.
Welcome to the Ewing Barbecue Podcast, another edition of the Southfork Experience series as we work our way through all of the cast members that are attending the big event in Texas next month. And joining us by phone today, which is why you see that wonderful picture of our guest, is Joan Van Ark, who played Valine, Lucy's mother, and the wife of Gary, and actually several times the wife of Gary.
Yeah,
and,
5 times. I've got a pillow. I've got pillows that I make for Christmas presents, and I've got a pillow with 5 different names. I had 5 different husbands, which is right up there with Abby, I think, with Donna Mills, Abby Cunningham. So maybe
That's
I'm not
right.
so
And
sloppy after.
We should mention right out of the gate there, one of your husbands, Ben Gibson, played by Doug Sheehan, who just recently passed.
He did. Suddenly, out of, well, I want to say out of nowhere, because we don't all communicate every 20 minutes. But yeah, that was a shocker. And it sounded like it was quite, quick that he was not well, and then suddenly he wasn't there. And that's just tragic. And his wife is just desolate, as one could well imagine, and kind of segregated herself, to some downtime, to just not communicate with anybody. She's just so, in despair. And why not? Of course, they were living in Wyoming. They had moved to Wyoming, so they weren't here in Hollywood or LA, but still, that was a shock.
Right. And when I see these things come up online, I never post them until there's actual legitimate confirmation. So I had to wait until somebody posted the actual obituary, because with Ken Kercheval, who played Cliff Barnes, he passed, and he passed, but the families just said he didn't, and it was just so you really want to wait.
This separation for the nearest and dearest, but then the whole fan base and the people that stayed with the show and loved it every whatever night Dallas played. I know Knots Landing was every Thursday night, but
Thursday night,
it becomes like a member of the family when you do it ritually every week, watching a certain show and knowing and loving those particular characters. They become real to you almost.
And when the show goes on as long as both of those shows did, and then even comes back like Dallas did and everything, and here we are 46 years later, and fans are going to be flocking in from around the world to see you all down in
46
Texas.
Years, is it? Wow.
46
and
years.
Knots Landing is something like 43 or 44. I'm not sure which, but it's right up there.
79 years.
So it's just crazy.
And you just arrived on the streaming services finally.
Yes, I don't understand that, because I have wondered, as we all have, of the Knots Landing family, where is Knots Landing when they're, rebooting and putting out the product and the whole series multiple times. I know it's gone in London and in England, of Knots Landing and Dallas, a million times. I'm thrilled, as Larry was, and Danny DeVito. There were 3, the famous red double-decker buses in in London. They always have advertisements, and they said 3 people you loved to hate, and then they had Valine, or just love, and it was a double-decker bus with Danny DeVito, J.R. Ewing, the great one and only Larry Hagman, and Joan Van Ark. 3 huge blow-ups, and I've got a picture of that double-decker bus with our photos on it and names and the whole thing. That's one of my pride. I have pride and joy moments, and that was a pride and joy moment, because London is something else. I
got to get over there sometime. I've only been to the United Kingdom at Epcot Center.
Oh, well, that doesn't. No, I don't know if that counts. I don't.
That doesn't count.
You're
That
cheating.
doesn't count.
Yeah, you're cheating. You didn't have.
I am cheating. I am
Yeah,
cheating.
you haven't
No,
had the plane ride. But I did a show
haven't
over
had
there,
that.
a Barefoot in the Park, directed by Mike Nichols, and I went and replaced Marlo Thomas, who had a boo-boo, broke her ankle, and I had
Oh,
Dick Benjamin called me, because he had directed the revival or whatever, but he let me know that she was out, and could I fly to London and do Barefoot in the Park, and I didn't take a moment's breath or anything, just said I'll be there, because that was a real, I don't know, a credit, but also an experience. Unbelievable.
and you haven't gone somewhere unless you've endured the flight. That's part of the
Oh my
experience.
goodness, yes. Oh my goodness. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner
But
about 3 times. and,
oh,
and then you
yes,
finally
and
land in London.
Marlo just lost her husband, Phil Donahue.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
I was in the studio audience once for that show.
For which show?
The Phil Donahue show.
Oh, right. Yeah, I
Yeah,
did several of
yeah,
those too. We all did during that
yeah.
time. It was,
Oh, yes.
there were certain shows you had to be there. The Today Show a lot, various national hot shows, and now everything's being rebooted, so it's AI and stick 'em, post 'em,
Oof.
not
The
cheating, but
AI is,
yeah, yeah. That's a whole another interview, a whole other
yeah.
effort.
And you talk about reboots and things like that. I'm looking at the schedule for. I don't know if you've seen the schedule yet for the weekend at South Fork, but
I have it right
they
in front
have
of me, and I want to billboard that, because that's quite it's not usually a 3-day event for some of these
no.
reunions. This is the largest, as I said, uh, you know, group, something like, now it's more since they've added, uh, but
Right,
it's quite an
right.
impressive list. And to my knowledge, I thought it was the largest. I was told last night it was the largest uh, reunion, so to speak. And it goes from the Friday night, the 25th. It's a
Hmm.
cocktail kind of welcome, meet and greet kind of thing. That's on Friday night. Then
Yep.
Saturday, uh, it's all day long from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. checkout. It will be, not cocktail parties, but uh, food vendors and you name it, and uh, panels and Q&As and retro, this, that. And I just saw something that came in, and it said something about the divas of Dallas. And it's going to be,
That's
oh, do you know about that?
yeah. I have the schedule right here. 1:05 to 2 o'clock on Saturday. It's South Fork Sultry Sirens
I love that.
with
I love that.
with Cherie J. Wilson, Audrey Landers, yourself, and Kathy Podwell, who I'm actually going to be seeing this coming weekend in Boston.
Oh,
She's up
wow.
here for an event.
Well,
She's
everybody's all over
she's
the place. Everything is so different, and not so much of. In fact, I have the Los Angeles Times for yet Sunday, lights, camera, in action in the film industry, meaning that shows aren't coming and generating out of L.A. or California. Even people are going to odds and ends, different, you know, cities and places to get out of the LA, I guess the cost, but they've
hmm
trimmed that down. But so many big events are happening not in California or Los Angeles. It's all kind of being
I,
scattered out.
oh, I know. And Priscilla Presley, she's on her Conversations with Priscilla tour, where she goes around the country and does that for audiences. And a lot of people are turning up at these fan conventions because they're just meeting the fans. The other one that we had you down for was 2:10 to 3 p.m. the Dallas Reboot and Knots Landing spinoff Q&A featuring yourself, your little one Charlene,
Oh,
Steve Canale, Kathy Podwell, Audrey Landers, and Josh Henderson,
oh
who
wow.
is doing a concert the night before.
Then
So that's
yes,
going to be
that's very important too. Josh is doing a concert at a barbecue which is the evening of the 26th, and that
Hmm.
should be something very interesting and different. And he's very talented in that
Oh,
way. So he's gonna be front and center doing after the barbecue, doing a show on uh, Saturday night, October
that's
26th.
right. And there'll be the auction as well to benefit the Yellow Rose Foundation, which is Cherie J. Wilson's part of, and they raise money which goes completely to research for multiple sclerosis.
Oh wow! See,
And
I didn't even have that one down as
oh,
part of the evening, but it's a multi-purpose, just a size of which has not been done, at least for the Dallas contingent and the spin-off, the people that were spun off and had, changed to even other series. But it's quite a
mhm.
gathering. It's certainly a larger dish of goodies than they've
Yes.
had in quite a while. So that's a plus, without a doubt.
And actually, the night before it all begins, Linda Gray is going to be in with Morgan Fairchild and your good friend Donna Mills at the Farrah Fawcett Foundation event in downtown Dallas, the Tex-Mex
Oh, they'll
dinner.
be in Dallas then too? Then during this whole time? During the time of this
Uh,
South Fork, or is it
I know
different?
they'll be in the. That's the night of the 24th, and then this event starts the 25th. So Donna will be in town, but she'll probably be scooting out of town at that point.
Yeah, maybe so. I didn't know. I knew
But you,
there was something. Sorry, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead.
Okay. I knew something was going on because we have a similar uh, publicist, and he indicated that there was something that she was participating with. I didn't know it was in Texas. It wouldn't
It's
surprise me if she popped, into Dallas. Quite
we'll
honestly, I
we'll
mean,
see,
why
but
not?
I know there are some more people that we're not allowed to announce yet because uh, uh, David Haynen and his people have not formally announced them yet. But there are a few other people that are set to be
So
announced.
they so they still have people ahead, right? That they're going to share who they are, because
Yes,
it's
they
a
have
little
not.
more than a month away. I think it's what,
Right, and they just
5 years.
announced actor Barry Corbin, who played the sheriff on Dallas, who lives in Dallas, so he's
Really?
going to come over.
See, I didn't even know that.
Oh,
See, it's almost like
that just came out today.
oh, okay, because it's like
It's
it's a
it's
revolving door. Because Dallas was the gateway to like the super big, you know, bombshell, incredible uh, efforts back, what, 40 some years ago. That was the big one,
right.
and it's created a like an avalanche snowball in a way of other generated other uh, efforts. But it was a not a ball breaker, but it was a definite a big step, a big that you'll have to edit and cut. But there's
Oh,
an image for you too, by the way.
right. And I know they had talked at one point. I don't know where Ted is these days, but they had said,
Oh,
"Oh,
I know, kind of,
Joan."
because he's had no. I wish he had to decline because he has some things going on that he couldn't break away
Right.
and take the 3 days off. So I'm
And
very sad. I'm wearing a
I
black
know there's
armband.
talk if this. I know there's talk if this is successful that they'd like to do something down there every year with different cast members and bring in people. So it could be
Uh-huh.
another opportunity later.
Right. Well,
Um,
this is a pretty good list this time around, I gotta say, especially as they're
oh, this is.
adding in, others. It should be
And
pretty intense.
you were in you joined them at the Hollywood show in March in Burbank where there were 25 cast members. Patrick Duffy was there and
Yeah, I know. No,
Steve
I was there.
Canale and
Yeah, lots of and sidebar actors. Yeah, some of the same that are going to attend. Chris Atkins, I think that's his name. one of the.
Yep. We just recorded with him last week,
Oh,
and I
really?
just
Yeah.
posted that this morning. Yeah.
Right. He was right next to
Uh,
me at the last one that was in Burbank. He was right next to me,
hmm
and yeah, there were a
And we
lot
were
of
able,
people there.
and you'll be able to see Charlene again, which
Oh,
is
for sure. Yeah, I'm going to call her
must be a pleasure.
before we all huddle. But I am so anxious to see the photo you mentioned, which is the two of us, because I knew it was there.
Yes.
I'd seen it because I knew the outfit I had worn to Burbank, and I thought, wow, that's
And I was going around trying to get all these combination photos of people that hadn't seen each other and stuff like that. And I said, I need Charlene with Joan. I was like, Charlene, I need to drag you over here now. Let's go before
well,
Joan
good for
slips out the
you. So you
door.
anticipated. Yeah, but you're right that there are precious few, and if they are there, I've got a kind of retrospective in my office downstairs here at the house, and I've got
Right.
moments, and I've got Charlene's little one when her daughter was born. I've got all these mementos that are part of and the experience with a long running series, which is getting less and less and less, shorter pickups and
hmm
orders for shows. But
Except Law and Order, but that's a freak.
oh my God, is that ever? Is that ever or what? They'll beat it and
They
club it
just
to
keep
death.
going.
It'll still be there. It'll still be there.
And
God
The
bless.
Simpsons.
Oh
The
yeah,
Simpsons,
yeah.
though, you don't have to see your face. You just see your cartoon image. But
Yes, yes, and that's one of the things I'm doing after we finish this interview. I've had a voiceover career. Luckily, I did Estee Lauder commercials, both 30-second and 60-second television voiceover copy, and I would have to commute from LA filming Dallas and or Knots Landing, and record. They put me up at the Plaza Hotel, a per diem to die for. I went downstairs to Henri
Mm.
Bendel's. It's in a very chic, wonderful department store. I wouldn't spend the money, the 350 or 450 at that time, which was a pretty big uh, per diem. Now it's like $5 for food if you want it. But bottom line is, I would save the per diem for the 3 days that I was back recording, and I would go down there, down to Bendel's, and buy their fanciest, sexiest boots, because they had the boots of the
Ooh.
century. And I love boots. I feel grounded. You can look hot if you get the right boots. And I got it all for my food per diem when I was there doing Estee Lauder commercials.
That's the way to work it.
It is the way
You
to
rec-
work it, and love it, and love it. Now it's a stress city like crazy, because I'm doing my voiceovers, and my daughter's she's moved out, and she's a voiceover queen, Vanessa Marshall, who has goes to all these conventions that are the autographs, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm sticking my head in her closet with lots of clothes to deaden any echo, with a microphone and a music stand, and sometimes a stool or some kind of chair, but most times not, just standing and pitching a voiceover thing about beautiful clothes, or you name it, whatever it might be. Uh, and I'm got my head stuck in a closet trying to close the closet doors. Yeah, have you heard about Joan Van Ark? She's in the closet. Well, that's just like
Well, everybody's coming out of the closet now. No.
no, it's right, rightfully so. That's something, by the way, a week ago. No, seriously, a week ago, Donna Mills, Joan Van Ark, and Michelle Lee. We did a thing for Broadway Cares. Didn't get paid.
Was
one
this the
penny.
one at? This is the one at. This is the one at Disneyland.
Yes, yes.
I was just
So,
about to ask about that. How did that go?
well, for me, to find the A team hair and makeup, because Donna and Michelle do their own. This one can do a ponytail to do my 10-mile workout or whatever it is. I can't do. I can do my own makeup if I'm very careful and I have plenty of time. Then I can do it. But basically, I need hair and makeup. But for that, I did my own makeup and did hair. I made it just in time to get the jacket on that I was going to wear, and we marched over to where the show was. and it was Gay Day at Disneyland. And God bless it, Gay Day. I would hope every day would be a gay day, but in every possible way. But I think it went okay. I think it was pretty good. And
And it's always great seeing the
it's
three of you together.
well, we do see and talk, and we've got some. Oh yeah, they wanted the producer of the this particular Gay Day event, and Broadway Cares wants to tour with it now. He said, "What will you ladies think of touring it?" Well, not for $0. There's just no way.
Right.
And
No,
I
no,
was
no.
Donna called twice yesterday because she wanted to chat with. I texted both Michelle and Donna and said, "What do you think about this idea?" But see, they don't really have a budget, and that's really a tough haul to just do it out of the love in your heart. And Broadway Cares. We all three feel intensely that Michelle's done a lot of Broadway. I've done 2 or 3 shows. Michelle's done, I think, 2 or 3. Both of us were up for a Tony nomination when we did our shows. That's I'm very, very proud of. It's probably my best credit because it's the real deal. I think Broadway theater,
Right.
it's the total, ultimate real deal. And I feel blessed
And when you're
that I've experienced
live and you have
it.
to do it every night, it's a different energy with the different audiences. And
Hello, you need to have an even, intense, steady flow of energy and focus. You must not, put it on auto. You don't do AI with a Broadway performance. You don't dump somebody's head onto somebody else's face onto somebody else's body just to get, to
yeah,
pull down the costs. It's I don't know. It's all crazy right now.
right. And there's a certain energy to live theater that you don't get when you are in
Oh,
front of a
without a doubt.
camera. And it's like take 2,
Electric.
take 7, take 12, take 14. You can get
Yes, because you can sandwich or cut and paste and all kinds of things with stuff on film, on
right.
Broadway, any theater. And I've done things at the Amundsen Theater and the Mark Taper. I did with my daughter, with Vanessa, in the
hmm
frying pan there, in my tummy. I played a bride, a bride, and I did that also in a Folgers coffee commercial. Running out of the church in my bride's dress, and Vanessa was tucked in there, getting baked for her delivery.
Oh yeah.
Something like seven months from when we did it, but I was like
The
a month or a month and a half, 2 months pregnant, and did those.
the timer had not gone off on the oven yet, as they say.
Not had no the buzzer didn't go, and luckily it didn't. And I just kept on keeping on, so to speak.
Right. What is it like, these shows, just interacting with the fans and just hearing their stories and feeling
Well,
the love from
it's
them
like
as they come
fan
from around the
mail.
world?
It's like fan mail. You can tell when it's a form letter and they just want the photo and put my name on it,
Mhm.
or just sign it. They say don't put a name on it. Then they're going to resell it, that they're selling it. They're not getting it for themselves. And I purposely sometimes write, because that's what you pay good money for when it's an autograph show. But
Mhm.
you get these requests left, right, and center, and I don't have anybody currently taking care of all that, because I normally have had. But so many people that were in my world either retired during this COVID break, 3.5 years worth, maybe more, and so many have shut down shop, and they don't do anymore. And I'm trying to locate what I would call my A team. And when I
Mm.
have picked an A team participant, they are so good that, of course, everybody else wants them. So getting hair and makeup and helpers has become very intense here in LA, because they all go where the productions are, and they live, in Atlanta, or they move to Atlanta, or they move to Dallas, Texas, or you name it, where they know the product is being done the old way.
Right. Right. Yes.
So
And they
there's,
the fans just come in, and
I get that.
yeah, and a lot of them
What was that?
just
I
are
think
so. I was going to say, a lot of them are so grateful just to be able to say hello and just tell you their stories and stuff when they come through.
Well,
And
yes, they do. And you know what? When they do, I can tell, and that's what I started to say about an hour ago. But what I can tell is an authentic fan, and then I can also smell and tell the ones that are just bluffing in to get a signature on a photo that they will sell somewhere on eBay or something, So
right.
uh, that's a little tricky. I understand. It feels to me like everybody needs help right now as we readjust and try to get back on track. And so I'm not as
Mhm.
hard nosed about it, but I would rather they show up at the show and help the producer of the show, the autograph show, or whatever it is, to get money to those people that have worked hard to pull everybody together, to get it all to happen like
Right.
they currently are doing, like they're currently doing for the Dallas reunion in October.
Right. And back to that, I was talking about the auction, and there are portraits that have been done of a lot of the cast, and I'm just pulling up here. Um,
Do you have it there on the screen?
Not yet. Just
Let
opening it up here. There.
me see here. And the fleur de lis on something? Is that what you have?
And, there are paintbrushes in front of your portrait. So it's a black and white.
But that's crazy. I don't. I mean,
Oh,
I see a tin and then brushes or pencils or something in the tin, or
and then above is
and above is the photo that you have on the screen. With
that's the painting.
oh, that's a
That's
painting.
the painting.
Oh, you're
That's the
kidding me.
portrait that has been done. That's the
Oh
portrait
my
that
God.
Mario Della Casa
I
has
have
painted for the auction.
for this upcoming Dallas thing.
Yes, this is for the auction.
Well, I want to buy it because I love that. No, wait a minute, because
Wow.
I thought that was the headshot you've been showing.
No, but I will use this as the headshot
Well, yeah,
if we like.
but yeah, because I've
Okay.
been hoping I can bribe you into sending, as I said, sending these. You have two things that I would love to have, and I might just use it myself to promo the Dallas thing because I think we all need to get the word out because there's never too many. I mean, we could just make it the best Dallas reunion ever.
Right. Right. I'm going to just take that off for now just to
Yeah,
come
yeah.
back to myself here as
Okay.
we move into the final part of the thing here. Do
Okay.
you think that they rebooted Dallas? You came on back in 2013. You clashed with Linda, and
Oh yes, yes, I remember that. Oh my. They called me for a 7 a.m. makeup for that day. At
mhm.
10 p.m. that night, I went on the set. I won't tell you what happened because it has to do with somebody we've already talked about today, but somebody ate up the whole afternoon time that if that's when they were planning for me to do my scene. But it waited from 7 a.m. to something like 9 p.m. that night. I thought I won't have any gas in and I knew I had to bring it in. In other words, you have to come through that door and let her have it. And
Oh, and you came through that door.
oh, I did. I did.
Once a bitch, always a bitch.
Always a
You said.
bitch. I know. I'm trying to tell Donna that. I'm trying to say that to Abby, but it doesn't work so much because I love Donna and Michelle and I are like sisters. And I
And
value
and,
that
and
very.
how do you do scenes like that when you're such good friends, but you have to come in and call them a bitch or slap them across the face or get into a fight with
Right.
them?
Well, you know what?
Do you keep your
Because if
composure and
you
then
are
you
close enough,
crack up after?
well, no, you don't crack up, but I tell you, you give it all you got because you know because you're secure in your relationship with that actor that
Hmm.
it's not going to hinder and you got to go for broke, go big. I have this thing: go big or go home. And I feel that with every scene or effort, give it everything you've got. It's like, and I also compare it to the Olympic divers. When you see them stand at one end of the diving board and they take 1, 2, 3 steps, bounce, bounce, dive, and they dive in and you don't even see a splash. That's the image to me of the step, 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 bounce, 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 dive. That to me is the start, the what do you want? The match to the flame that gives you perfection. You have to be
Right.
that aware and that caring that much. And those divers, as you watch them, you know as they make their approach whether it's clean, smooth, and measured and perfect. I love that. And it's not healthy,
It's a,
probably. I tell you, it isn't healthy because you care too much. And that's often my problem. OCD
it's a
is a
great
bitch.
analogy, though. Yes.
OCD, it's true, but
And,
OCD is a bitch. But guess what?
mhm.
I got it. I'm trying to lose it, but it's been rough. It's been rough.
And how did you, someone like Larry Hagman, how did you keep a straight face with that man? Oh my God.
Oh
He's a
my
clown
God. Let
off
me tell you.
camera. And
Oh, not only a clown, but stop, start sometimes. And I wondered if this might come up, but I'm glad you brought it up because it triggers. As I told you, did Estee Lauder commercials, and I had a
Mhm.
Dallas episode, and then had to be in New York 9 a.m. the next morning to start a 3-day 60-second commercials, 30-second commercials, and tags for every store in the United States that would be selling the Estee Lauder. I had a scene with Larry in a motel room outside, not at the South Fork, but in a motel room, a true motel room, somewhere there in the
Where he
area.
bribes you?
I don't know if it was bribe or what the scene was, but he was there to get, as always, JR was, to get something he wanted and needed. We stopped and started. It was like 115 in the shade in Dallas,
Oh.
summertime in Dallas.
Hmm.
The uh, motel room that we were in had crew, camera crew, uh, you name it, a million people in this tiny motel room. And when you filmed, you have to turn off the air conditioning. I lost
Oh.
10 pounds of both worrisome thinking I wouldn't make the plane, and just the stress of it, of trying to get it right quickly, efficiently, and well. And Larry had some stop starts, and there were all kinds of hang-ups that kept us in there for hours. It felt like I just barely made it to the plane. I mean, seconds away. And I was there at 9 o'clock the next morning, recording Estee Lauder 60-minute
Hmm.
commercials. You know, that's showbiz.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
And Larry will be missed at this event, obviously. He'll be hovering
Oh,
over,
you know
looking
what? And
down.
I wrote something, not knowing that they've changed some stuff there, but I wrote something because I put in toward the end of it. Well, I wondered if I could rattle through because it may give you information that if you edit this, which I'm sure
Oh,
you have to. I think I'm
absolutely.
going to read it to you just so it gives you some ideas, or not. I
Hmm.
don't know. Hey there,
Yeah.
my name is Joan Van Ark, also known as Valene Ewing, and I am so excited to invite you to a big Ewing family reunion with none other than the famous Ewing family and friends at the um, Southfork Ranch in Dallas, Texas. That's the upcoming 25, 26, and 27. The current king and queen, Patrick Duffy, Bobby, and Linda Gray, swellin' like that. Got to talk about it that way.
Swelling.
Swellin will be there. My daughter Lucy, Charlene Tilton, will be there. And who knows, maybe, and this makes me verklempt, the one and only J.R. Ewing will be there, even if in spirit only. I know that with my heart and soul. There will be meet and greets, photos here, there, and everywhere, various panels, live music, and many, many, many other surprises. So I hope to see you at the barbecue on Saturday night. Y'all come. And don't forget, Josh Henderson is going to have a concert after the barbecue. Love you. Thank you. Bye. So.
And that was, and there it is.
There it is.
Wow. Yeah.
In a nutshell. And it's going to be special. It just is.
It is going to be special.
Yeah.
It's going to be very special to
yeah.
be with everybody. And
yeah.
I mean, a lot of us felt that way in Burbank in March when we saw 25 of you all and had that massive group photo with everybody.
Yeah.
And Priscilla was there and everybody.
You know, somebody, yes, you remind me of, I've got that, which I'm going to put on my my own website, because I don't do social media at all. I don't want to participate in that, and I don't want to see what awful things they say about me. So I just don't do that. But I have got a website. I think it's joanvanark.com. Joan Van Ark at joanvanark.com. I think that's how you get it, but I could be totally wrong. But
and you have the photo, because I have one too. I can send to you.
Oh, that the big group photo, right? Where I'm in the front
photo, yes.
Next to, I think I'm next to Bobby, to Patrick. Yeah. Well, somebody was sitting in that chair. I was late to get over to the big space area that they had set up for this photo. So I walked in and somebody, and I think it might have been Chris Atkins, maybe, but I don't know that Chris, I don't see Chris in that photo that I could find, but somebody jumped up from sitting next to Patrick, knowing that he was in the wrong place, and jumped, or just did that because he knew, or they said Joan is coming in, or Joan was supposed to sit there next to Charlene.
Right.
And he jumped up.
Yep, I have the
went to another spot.
I have the photo.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the photo up here.
Do you see Chris okay, do you see see Chris in?
Chris is in the back next to Steve Canale.
Well,
Chris is in the back next to Steve.
That's what I think, and I can't wait to hug that guy, because I've seen him, but never really, talked with him or, connected with him. But I want to just thank him. That was so classy, and he did it so swiftly that it, only I maybe noticed or saw that. But he jumped the minute I walked in, and there I went sitting next to Charlene, where I often rightly have been. But anyway, that's just a moment. That's a moment that kind of, and I'm hoping I will see him. I know I will on this upcoming.
Oh, you will. You're going to be there the whole weekend, and you'll be at the cocktail hour and stuff. And
yes, exactly.
And I just, before I leave, I just need to bring up Kevin Dobson and Don Murray, who have passed as well. I just give you a chance to mention.
This is I got chills when you just asked me that, because this is a very different, and get ready, Joan, because it ain't over, moment in a career or in a life that, somebody leaves the room, another one leaves the room, another one leaves the room. Oh, it really gets me, because we were always as close as both Knots Landing and Dallas casts became. We became a family of our own, and solid and genuine and deep and rich. And to have those kind of people in your life that you shared the funniest, most wonderful times, and sometimes the more difficult times, but you shared it. That's a big, important treasure. And to have part of the one half of the treasure disappear is very, very strange, very, very painful. That's it. God bless Doug. God bless Larry. The list goes on. Barbara Bel Geddes. I mean, come on.
Julie
Come on.
Julie Harris.
Julie Harris. Oh my God, I've got her
There
everywhere.
was a missed opportunity to have Barbara come over to Knots Landing and share scenes with Julie Harris. That would have
Julie,
been
a brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. Beautiful.
and even
That would
even
be gold.
even scenes between it could have been power couples of JR and Sue Ellen against Sumner and Abby at crossovers. There were
You're
lots of missed
great.
opportunities.
I know, but
But
that's great. Well, if Donna sneaks down from the other event she's attending in Texas, there's got to be, yeah. I think it should be me punching her out of the area. Don't come down here to Dallas, for God's sake. I'm trying to get away from you. I don't know what but she could possibly do that, but I don't know. I don't know maybe why she would think that she should do it, but it would be. I think it would be kind of fun because she and
you do have to give her a call, but
yeah.
let her know that
Well,
you'll be in town.
We owe a conversation because about this Broadway Cares. So we have a conversation upcoming. Probably not today because I am slammed with voiceover stuff. But
Right, and we're going to let you get back to that. But
okay.
Do you think Knots Landing could make it today in some form?
Well,
bring
so
those
many
kids,
have said
bring the kids back, or
well, yeah, they could do that and have us be grandparents. See, I want Donna, Joan, and Michelle to do Three Ladies in a Rest Home. Raising hell. Three girlfriends who love each other and are there, and they raise hell in a rest home. I want that.
That could happen because have you heard about Linda's latest project that she's doing?
Linda Gray.
Linda Gray.
Yeah,
she and Patrick Duffy are allegedly going to play ghosts haunting South Fork.
Oh my goodness, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
that's a great idea. Who I wonder thought that up? That's great.
William Keck, I believe, was in writing that script.
Oh, he is. That's interesting. He's going to
be
there.
And I believe he's doing the panels at South Fork. So I believe he's the moderator.
Okay.
So
well, he told me when I saw him at the Hollywood Cares or whatever, or sorry, not Hollywood, Broadway Cares.
Broadway. Yeah.
He was there for that, so he didn't mention, but he said he was going to be there for this. That's wild.
Excellent.
That's a great concept. Great concept.
And anyone that wants to go can go to the southforkexperience.com website and get the tickets. I've done a few podcasts where I walk people through the website and just to make people comfortable. The Diamond VIPs are sold out, and you can get any combination that you want. Autograph sessions.
Yeah.
Go to the South Fork Super Couples. With Jack Scalia is going to be there.
Yep, I've got that. It's for a hardcore Dallas fan, and even not Dallas fans. But this is quite a list, and it's worth the trip. On many levels, even if you're not.
And you can customize your own package based on your budget of what you want to do that weekend. You don't have to. Everyone thinks, oh, I'm coming from overseas. I can't go because it's going to cost, I don't know, £6,000, whatever the translation is.
Yeah.
And they're thinking that they have to get the upper level ticket. You can come over, get little piecemeal tickets, and then if you're not there for all of it, you can go around Dallas and look at the sites where they filmed on location and stuff like that too. So just make a trip out of it. So so we will see everybody down there.
We will.
And
indeed. The world is
any last words for the fans before we let you go to your voiceovers?
It's because of you fans. It's because of the fans that we're that they keep having the Dallas reunions and get-togethers and chances to meet and greet and do all kinds of, and have selfies taken for you with the celebrity of your choice. So this is, let's hope it's a hug fest. And in fact, I have a tremendous feeling that it will be, that there's going to be something special and connecting about this particular gathering and this list of actors, characters they've known and loved, and everything else to boot. Guitar with Josh Henderson at a guitar show, and he's very, very talented. So, I mean, it's going to be special. So we want you there.
Yeah.
We love you,
Yep.
and we will prove it.
Yes, and it's not confirmed. They're still working on a schedule, but Charlene's daughter Cherish might be there and might sing too. So
Cherish, Charlene's
Charlene's daughter. She might.
Yes.
Depending on her schedule, she might come and she might sing too. So we will see.
Wow.
That's still up in the air.
See, there are sidebars to this that are deeply emotional and wonderful to watch. So you get the double whammy of that. So that's a can't miss.
And it's probably going to be
a
right. And it's going to be a trip for you to get back there because you haven't been there in a long time. And I know that in the beginning you were there. I know in the beginning your husband looked like David Aykroyd for a while, but and then Ted showed up.
Oh my God, that's right. And I wish Ted were showing up for this. He's unable though.
Maybe next time. Maybe next time if they do it again.
Yes, exactly, for sure. But we love him, miss him, and he'll be there. Not in spirit because that's JR's Larry Hagman's note, but Ted will be at the next one.
And I will tell you this: there was an article that came out after Larry passed that his ashes were spread at Southfork. So.
His what?
Do with that what you will.
His ashes
what? Were spread around at Southfork.
Yes.
So he will be there.
Oh my God. That's a tidbit I did not know. And that's talk about powerful. That's where it should. I've got chills. That's so right. That's so right. And Larry would love that.
And that's why the developers cannot develop on that part of.
Oh my God!
They're going to put housing.
That's dynamite. I love that. Mm-hmm. And downstairs, I have a keychain that Larry gave away that I brought up at one of the gatherings. I think it was in Burbank. All of us sitting on stools and stuff. That says, "Don't worry, be happy, love JR," or something like that on the back of it. But it's a keychain, and I'm going to take it as I had it at the last one we did, just as a talisman, as a good luck measure.
Yeah. Just to keep him near and dear to all of us. And we'll be on site. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And we will be on site down there as well, filming everything. And Joan, if you need any assistance, just look for us from the barbecue and we'll podcast and we'll jump in and help you out however we can too. So stay tuned for more episodes of the Ewing Barbecue Podcast's Southfork Experience series, along with our regular episodes, which are resuming next week live on Twitch. And we will see you next time. So y'all come back now, you hear?